Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here. Final map of the semifinals between Fnatic and Virtus.Pro. Winner going to go to the grand finals and face TSM. It's been a beatdown on Cobblestone. It's a beatdown even worse on Train.
Yes.
And now we're moving on to Cash. What do you make of that?
I think it's going to be really, really cool to see. Virtus.Pro, you know, at times has been very, very good at this map. This has been like a map that people fear to play them on. They've been very good at holding mid control, very good with Molotov usage when they take bomb sites, and those are two huge keys to Cash.
Yeah, and I feel like this is one of the maps where we saw sort of Neo even earlier than just a couple of months ago, where he sort of trying to test out the AWP and had pretty good success with it, holding that B bomb site. So I feel like they have a lot of advantages, but Fnatic is Fnatic. They rarely lose sort of, you know, back-to-back maps. I think this is going to be a brutal fight. Yeah,
this should be a bloodbath, and this is one of those maps too. We've mentioned a lot in previous events and tournaments that Neo has that specialist who's that B bomb site player. This is another one of those maps where, much like Beyond Inferno, you know, he stands strong in that. He's so good at getting a kill, staying alive, maybe getting a second one, but biding time for rotations to come in. So he's a key to their defense over at that site.
And they waste absolutely no time with the knife. That means it's going to be Fnatic starting on the CT side, Virtus.Pro on the terrorist side. You know, we always talk about sort of, you know, which side, which map, which side it's favored. But it feels like on this one, it actually changes a lot. I feel like some teams, TSM is one, they'll have horrible CT sides and pick up a bunch of rounds on the T side. So what do you think about it?
I think this is one of the more even maps. I know there's Snacks just showing you he's in the mood.
I like it.
But this is one of the more even maps. But yeah, it depends a lot just on the stylistically how it goes. These two teams in particular, they're so good at being aggressive and exploding onto bomb sites very quickly, but they're also both so good at like changing the pace, especially on this map. I've noticed when these two have played each other in the past, you know, Fnatic will go 5 or 6 rounds, very, very aggressive, very fast paced, and then they'll just choose a round and they'll be like, all right, slow it down. And it'll catch VP a little bit off guard, and VP can do the same exact thing.
We're gonna find out in just a couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me, Moses, though, what kind of pistol round do you want to see out of VP here? Starting terrorist side, how do they make sure they get off to that good start?
It's an interesting mind game going on in pistol rounds on this map, because the general trend for the defense right now is to stack the B bomb site, play a retake on A with one member at the truck.
Yeah.
And you can see those defenses every once in a while, knowing that teams have kind of learned that. They try and switch things up a bit. I would like to see VP, I mean, just get into the bomb site, and, you know, go for that A, see if you can, you know, see if you can maybe measure out that it's a retake there, and then just explode onto it. All you need is one smoke and get in there and just play for the retake.
Especially in pistol rounds, because of that awkward fact that very often, or pretty much every time, you'll only have one kit on the CT side. Yep. So if you're doing a retake and that kit somehow gets lost, you know, away from the bomb site, so you have to go and pick it up first, that could be crucial seconds that you just don't have. So yeah, I can see that working out quite well for VP. I'm curious to see how they're going to play it. I mean, this is not a bad map to play with Glocks on. You're going to get close. Right,
and the big question as well is if Fnatic does decide to stack that B bomb site, are they going to be one of those teams that stack it and play it passive, or are they going to, if there's no pressure being put on by VP over towards B, are they going to push forward and try and get a quick flank onto that A site? So there's a lot of different mind games that go on this map, specifically on the pistol rounds.
They buy a Molotov on Neo in the pistol round and a smoke. That doesn't happen too often.
And they head straight to B.
Yeah, they're already running there. 3 members of Fnatic here, and JW already seen one. Olofmeister as well. JW's gone. Olof trying to fall back, but he gets down as well. Crim's inside. They're trading furiously. He puts up a smoke. He has to buy a lot of time. Flashbangs up, but he's reloading. Oh no, Crims, he goes down. And Pronax is there to drop by Ali, so it's still competitive. The bomb is dropped for a moment, but it's a 1v2 now. Pronax is gone. It's Neo with the double. It's Snack still alive, but Neo goes down. Bomb, is it going to be planted? Finally it goes through, it seems. And Flusher, no, he's actually going to fight it before even putting down the bomb. So now Flusher and Snacks are at it. 1v1, Snacks all the way at the back of the bomb site. And Flusher, is he going to test it? Not quite yet. He doesn't have a kit picked up, but it must be somewhere nearby. Snacks faking it once, and Flusher cold at ice. We called him a Terminator earlier on, and he goes down anyway. Snacks goes aggressive, doesn't worry about the bomb, and just fight it. Moses, there was a lot going on in that 1v1, please. How did Snacks find out to do that?
That was just, I mean, well, he had so much time to work with. There's so many, I mean, Flusha just playing it, knowing there's so much time on the clock, he's not going to commit to a peak on that, you know, on that first fake, but I mean, Snacks makes a very aggressive play just going into CT spawn, because he knows if Flusha's not there, then he can just sprint over towards the A bomb site and get a free plant there, but he does find him anyways and just eliminates him on the map.
Neo in the middle, crouching and spraying, going to go down to Flusha. who was out for revenge after what happened in that pistol. But a good start for Virtus.Pro, without a doubt. Very, very close. They ran into a stacked bomb site and still came out on top. That's actually very rare. I thought for sure that was going to be Fnatic crushing the Polish team. Byali also realizing that Olaf is going to be there, but then smoke goes up and Olaf stays alive a little bit longer.
Right, but with that push, Virtus.Pro might think the B bomb site is a little bit clear, so actually Taz, he's got to be careful. It looks like Virtus.Pro, or I mean, Fnatic is going to counter boost on him. Is Taz ready for it? He's not. JW takes him out. So Virtus.Pro gets stalled out. But look at Snax, sneaky with this MAC-10. He can find a lot.
A flusher was right behind him in an angle that he couldn't see there. Snax coming in, he gets one. He sees another one jumping in with the MAC-10 and no chance here at all, even pre-firing that one. So flusher and Pronax are going to be left, and Virtus.Pro bringing it back right at the edge of actually losing this round. They do manage to find a way back into it. Flusher burns alive, and you know, that's the one thing that kills the Terminator as well, so it's fitting.
Fire.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, Snax, he might have just saved him that round. That flank, that play he makes through, I mean, that's so aggressive, so ballsy, and it's what Snax is known for, but finds those 2 kills onto the B bomb site. And that was really actually well done, thought out by Fnatic. It was almost a bait with Olaf pushing up, getting into that position, and then there are 2 players in checkers, because oftentimes if someone pushes up that far, you're going to say, okay, well, he's the B player, and he's so aggressive, that's going to be clear, let's just go through vents and get in there. But 2 Fnatic members there to stop that kind of a play.
I feel like we haven't ever had a nickname for Flusher, which is weird because he's one of the best players in the whole world. But I feel like the Terminator is it's not a bad nickname for a player like that. Yeah. Not much emotion, but he has a mission. He's actually so good he might be sent from the future.
Well, remember, we were sitting with him watching some of the matches earlier, and he perfectly predicted the score of the first half of that TSM NIP game.
Yeah, that was kind of eerie.
It was really, really weird.
A lot of speed here from VP, pushing into a toxic JW, gonna get caught. Headshot from an MP7 to take him down, and Crims just clicking away while flashed. Doesn't even attempt to duck, he's not even caring any longer. While Taz is tabbing away with the MAC-10. It's not exactly pretty, but if you can get a couple of kills here, it's definitely worth it. Although Pronax, Galil in hand, gets a kill as Olafmeister goes down, and Pronax shouldn't be found here as well. A lot of submachine gun kills, especially for Byali.
Yeah, and we saw how much of an impact they can have, you know, in these first 2 maps, how it's helped stabilize the economy early on, and those teams just propelled to stomp the map. So 3-0 very quickly for Virtus.Pro.
I think on Cobblestone, Pronax had 13,000 in the 5th round because he got maybe 6 or 7 MAC-10 kills. So
yeah, it definitely
something
ridiculous.
It makes a huge difference if you can get that up and running. Well, 3-0, and it's time for Fnatic to have rifles in the middle. Already very aggressive here. Molotov, they're just forcing mid-control, and that's a huge key on this map. We'll see if it's going to work out there. Into checkered as well. VP just don't stop. Olaf, if he pushes through, he's not even going to get through. Snax is there to take him out, but he would have been sandwiched either way. Crims jumping down behind, he gets 1 sprays, and it's a double headshot. Still alive in that corner. Crims, he's on 12 health. How is it possible? This might be the comeback moment early on here for Fnatic. If they break them, Flusher coming up from behind, and VP've got no idea. Flusher, oh, this is the Terminator style. So cold, calm and collective, just gonna get that kill. And Byali, grenade onto him as well. He's gonna get the frag, but he's alone and trapped in checkered, and actually gets the headshot on Flusher. Thought he was gonna wall bang for a moment there by Pronax, but he makes his way out. Moses, is this really happening?
Oh, this is crazy. He's going to beat him there. No movement whatsoever from Fnatic. I'm not sure if they know he has the bomb, but he's going to be able to get this planted. Finally, Pronax realizes this is a possibility, but they're actually just going to stick. They're going to gamble and just play the 2-on-1. They have no kit either, so there's a lot of time here for Byali. He's going to get this bomb planted, and he's going to have so much time to work with afterwards to position himself.
What does the timer say? How long does it take? 13 seconds as they start running, and the bomb goes down immediately. That doesn't leave them a lot of time, and they don't have a kit picked up here. Byali, if he clutches this, if he makes it out of this one, it'll be nothing short of a miracle. They do have 1 HE grenade. Pronax, if he lobs it back there, that's the end of it, and he gets sprayed down, and it's going to leave time here. Byali, very, very close. That was an incredible call. I'm surprised he even made it out.
So yeah, I mean, he did everything he could. He got 2 kills. He gets the bomb planted for him. So that's actually a victory in of itself when you're in that kind of a 1-on-4 situation. Really, really well done by him. But Fnatic going to pick up their first round, and all that economic damage. I mean, they're not in a safe place right now. Now they have to rebuy a lot of weapons. That's where that damage comes into play. And now Neo has the AWP as well, and we've seen the impact he's having on this team when he gets that AWP in his hands.
Still a couple of players that haven't really been put into play. I think Taz is on 0 kills so far. I wouldn't even be worried about that, but it means if Taz can also start having an impact, there's still a lot more that VP can throw at Fnatic here. That was a close call in that last round. counter boost up into the vents. Crims here, is he gonna get a target? He won't. Snax just sees it coming and it's a little bit too quick. So an early frag in favor of VP.
And look at this defense. olofmeister's all alone over towards B. He's aggressive, though. He has a lot of intel. He knows they're nowhere near this bomb site, so no reason for Fnatic to rotate off this three-man stack. JW is going to start cheating back a little bit just in case, but this is pretty much a dedicated A hit from Virtus.Pro, and Fnatic has all the intel.
Very smart. Even if Olof doesn't pick up a single kill here, he's done a lot already to win this round for his team. That's worth noting as well. Checking middle and seeing nobody. Boost here, Fnatic, gotta be careful. They gotta use the fact that they have this info. Even as a man down, they're stuck in the bomb site, but JW gets down. The grenades are raining in. Pronax is gone. Oh no, they had all the intelligence and they still haven't put up a solid defense. Olof coming in from behind. He sprays one, but it might be too late. 35 seconds. Bomb is dropped though, and Flusher is on very low health. Snack still has a Molotov, and he's still alive. They can burn out Flusher. Olof pushing in. He gets a shot on Neo. What is going on? 25 seconds, Snacks. He picks up the 1 kill, and he has the health advantage. Molotov gonna check the one corner in here. 20 seconds. That clock is working for Flusher. He just has to wait and see if Snack's gonna try and put down that bomb. It's just still stuck in the side. He runs in and picks it up, and it's a triple kill. VP, they win the round in spite of everything that Olof and Fnatic did.
In spite of a near collapse there, that was a round that should not have been that close whatsoever. So Snacks bails him out, but great play from Fnatic to even get him back into it. One thing I want to point out, Virtus.Pro, Neo, when he has the op on the T side, is actually, it's pretty clever how they use him, because he's not really utilized to get opening picks too often, but when they do execute, he just holds one angle, and he tells his team, I'm going to hit the shot. If someone peeks here, you're covered. Don't worry about it.
And Fnatic actually fighting early on. They forced up here, and inside the smoke, olofmeister is waiting. He's not going to get out. Pasha sees it coming. I mean, this is something that Fnatic love doing, and it seems like VP have really caught on. Every time there's a smoke up, they go and check it, and don't let them get away with anything. As Taz announcing himself in the game as well, taking down Pronax. And it's 5 versus 3 at the moment. JW, Flusher, and Crims are left, and they need to get something, at least some economic damage here. Otherwise, VP are going to be in a very strong position heading into the later stage of this half.
Right, this was a force by Fnatic, because despite losing that last round, they brought it down into a one-on-one. So they know the economy for Virtus.Pro wasn't very strong. So if they could force buy and win this round, or even do damage, keep the economy low, it helps them so much in the long term. But unfortunately, Virtus.Pro hasn't lost a single member here. So this is a very, very well-managed anti-eco out of them. And that's going to put him up 5-1, and now it's going to be a little bit scary for Fnatic. They might even be forced into a double save here, depending on how they want to try and get back into this.
9-1-1 right now for Snacks. Looking very good. I mean, he was beasting it on train. Usually when you have that kind of performance, you get a chance to cool off again. It's very hard to pick it up at a similar level, but Snacks is not stopping right now. Yeah,
not quite yet. He's feeling it. I mean, he gave the cutthroat sign right before this map started, so he's keeping up the pressure. Now look, 5 Molotovs as well onto Virtus.Pro. This is going to be a full save out of Fnatic. Only looks like a flashbang. I'm not sure if Crims might have saved that in the last round, but Crims and JW have the armor and the upgraded pistols from the previous round still.
Good Molotov there. Grenades on in. Virtus.Pro, I mean, they can guess that Fnatic won't have a lot of armor this round, but I love the fact that they're using all these utility grenades to just check everything. They're not leaving anything to chance right now.
Well, and this is something Fnatic's going to have to address come the next gun round, is the fact that Virtus.Pro heavy emphasis on this mid control, even on their gun rounds, and they're getting it pretty frequently, almost for free, basically. So Fnatic's going to have to do something to slow that down, because so many options are available at Virtus.Pro when they have this much control of the middle portion of the map.
And even Pasha sneaking into the middle here, catching Pronax. That's on the CT side of mid as well. Fnatic sort of went for a gamble and stacked up in that B bomb site, because why not really? But it's not the right call this time around. Pasha might be going down here, ends up missing a couple too many bullets. And Taz picking up one on Flusher. So a couple of rifles being lost here, and you've got to give some credit to Fnatic for putting in some economic damage here onto the Polish team. Very important, actually. And even if they could save that AK, which they won't, that was on JW, but it's still not too bad.
No, not at all. They've done a little bit of damage, but still, now it comes into the fact that what are they going to adjust? What are they going to change in their defense to really stop this? Because Virtus.Pro starting to pick up steam, and this is, I mean, they've been aggressive this half, and here takes a little bit of a shot there, and got to get aggressive out mid. olofmeister, nice shot on the BLA. That actually is crucial that he gets that 3rd kill in the round, so that does a lot more damage to the economy after just those initial 2.
Yeah, and it looked like Neo maybe was talking to a teammate then, because initially he didn't fire. So, you know, that's one of the things on LAN you can end up doing. You look at your teammates' monitors or just generally be caught looking somewhere else. But it doesn't really matter. He's 6-1. Great start for VP playing the terrorist side of Cash here. And Fnatic, yeah, they've got rifles back, but no Molotovs, fewer smokes, no AWP. That's a lot of equipment they just don't have right now. They gotta win this round. They need to get back in this game. Otherwise, VP could be running into this grand finals. That would be a huge upset, wouldn't it? Olof opening up, taking the kill. That Molotov failed. It should have gone into the bomb site. So VP maybe a little bit slobby here. Crims taking a headshot on Taz, looking for more. It's a double before he's gone, and that's a very good start. Snacks and Neo are left. They've got some Molotovs to buy time, but it might not be enough. Pushing through, the Molotov is Flusher, and that might have been a big mistake. Now Fnatic actually are in a 2v2, and VP might do this. They got so much time. They're waiting. They want Fnatic to make the first move and make the mistake. Bomb being put down here, and Snacks covering the high ground. Flashbang left on one, and that's all they got. No kit right now on the CT side, so they have to move a little bit quick. There's Neo picking up one. There's a double on either of the VP players, and JW, how can he clutch this? He's trying to get in. He's getting the 1 kill, but he's got 3 bullets left. Neo still alive, looking for the triple, and they're doing around the box. It's not gonna happen. Neo gets the triple kill, and VP 7-1. Man, that was a great defense from Fnatic early on.
It was initially. I mean, that was Virtus.Pro setting up for some kind of a sick execute. So many players had nades out, ready to, you know, smoke everything off. Molotov things, flashbang in and go through the smoke. But Olofmeister getting aggressive, finds that kill, and it almost goes all to hell. But I mean, somehow Virtus.Pro just pulls it back into their favor in a very well-managed 2-on-2. And I mean, Virtus.Pro is doing so good in these clutch situations on this map right now.
But they really are, and I'm wondering about Flusher running through the smoke like that. You know, 3-on-2, you think...
The Molotov.
Oh, the Molotov, yeah, that's what I meant. So, I mean, even 3-on-2, if the bomb goes down, you can try and retake as a team.
Yeah, only JW can do that. He's the only one.
That's the lesson we can take away from this. Not unless you're JW. Maybe that's just Flusher's weakness, the Molotov. That's what he died to last time.
You're gonna bring it full circle right back to it. That's a couple times now.
I feel like we're finding a pattern here.
Yeah, we're onto something.
Double AWP. There's the answer, Moses.
This is the adjustment, and this is designed to stop that mid control, that mid aggression that Virtus.Pro has had a lot of success with, is putting one up over towards A, one up over towards B, having 3 M4s in mid. They have a couple Molotovs to work with as well, but this time Virtus.Pro, it seems like they want to run the same exact strategy they did last time. Just so many bodies over towards the B site, not even messing with mid, and it's kind of a complete counter to this tactic. Although Crimson vents, he's gonna have a quick rotate, quick support over towards B, and that Molotov misses.
Yeah, once again, a little bit sketchy there, but they're so quick. Fnatic aren't adjusting quick enough here. Olof gets a shot, but it's not. He's still Snatch right behind him. Crims in the vent's gonna get a kill, but the bomb is still very close to the bomb site. Gonna be put down any second. Nice flashbang there, and Crims with a double kill now. Still a 2v3, and VP, they're trapped on the bomb site. Not a great position to be in. They've got a smoke left here, which is going to be put up. Flashbangs are out trying to buy time. Bayali gets the kill, but now it's all on him. 1v2, he gets another headshot in. JW, AWP, if he misses a shot, he could be instantly down. It's another clutch. He misses it once. Is he going to get another chance? Bayali close range. He's got no health left. He gets it anyway. It's the triple kill, and VP, they bring it back one more time. 9-1. What is going on, Moses?
All these clutch rounds going the way of Virtus.Pro. Just calm play from Bialy, using the angle so well, knowing going up against that AWP. That's just beautiful stuff, and that's the thing. It almost feels like Virtus.Pro knew that switch to the double op was going to come. That's why they've been so aggressive towards the B bomb site, because you can swarm in, and if he misses one shot with the op, all of a sudden you've got him surrounded, and it's so hard for him to pick off multiple players.
That was YNK, our wonderful spectator, showing us that it's been, what, 3 or 4 rounds where it's been down to a 1v1 or 1v2. Virtus.Pro, they're cutting it so close all the time, but they just come out on top. Can't believe it. Neo opening up this time against Flusher. It's bare minimum rear for Fnatic. They just don't have a lot to work with. They're down to max 7s for masses and pretty much no grenades. I don't know. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, well, we have to remember as well, this is the map that Virtus.Pro against Envy 15-0'd Envy on their T side of Cash. Their T side at this event has been clicking.
This is a $250,000 tournament. You kind of expect Fnatic to make it to the finals, and you kind of even expect them to probably win it, but the Virtus Plow, you can never really count them out. It's been a feature of this team for so long that at major tournaments, they just tend to step it up. Bayali is going to get the kill there. Snatch with a headshot on JW. And it's down to Olof and Crims. A good kill, but the bomb is going to be planted. And once again, they don't have a kit, so they just don't have a lot of time here. VP, if they play this one smart, what are Fnatic going to do? Neo missing the one shot, but now they're falling back to a much more defensive position, and mid-air headshot. What's the answer? You're gonna have to help me here, Moses. What can Fnatic do?
You know, I'm surprised they haven't taken a pause quite yet. Talk something over. I mean, just, you know, figure something out. And they've even said in the past that usually when they take these pauses, I mean, they don't even say anything. They just collect themselves. And I think the time to have collected themselves has long since passed. This half, I mean, they basically have to get to 5. You can see it out of this buy. 3 Bomuses, 1 kid on the JW, not a lot of nades. I mean, they just can't afford to save anymore. They need rounds more than they need strong weaponry.
Oh, good flashbang on Pasha, but nobody there to pick up on it. Olof pushing again out from B like he was previously, and that actually didn't work, but it was very close. Not Olof's fault they didn't win that round. He's got everyone right in front of him. Olof is do or die time. They line up, he sprays down a second one, but then comes Snacks as he's reloading, gets the kill and turns a 180 for a potential double, and it's still competitive. Snacks with another headshot. He turns around, gets down Crims. What on earth is going on? It's Pronax now with a 1v2. Snacks, a god of Counter-Strike, and it's down to Pronax here. He's got the FAMAS, he's got nothing else. And Snacks is still around, roaming the map. That has to strike fear into the heart of any opponent watching right now. Snacks has officially reached the god tier. Taz looking for a shot there, and they're gonna win the round. They take down Snacks, but it's not enough. 11-1 VP. They just cannot be stopped. Yeah,
I mean, we've seen situations now where Fnatic has had man advantages in a 3-on-2 situation. That time, that flank from Olaf does so much damage. It stalls out the attack. It's a lot of information, but still Snacks pulls it right back in. So just these individual performances out of Virtus.Pro, no matter what happens, even when everything's going against them, they're clawing their way back into the rounds. And you've got to say, you just mentioned it, Snacks just making a claim for MVP of the semifinals.
Yeah, without a doubt. Bayali to open up, getting the refract there. And Snacks did go down. That has to be a bit of a sigh of relief for Fnatic, knowing that they've managed to defeat him. JW also taking a kill, and finally, something seems to be working for the Swedish team. It's very, very late in the hour here, but it does work. Good flick there from Neo. Means they're not quite done yet. Now it's all on Taz. This should be Fnatic's round.
Yeah, there are a couple rounds you could have said that though in the past that have gone completely into Virtus.Pro's favor, and we saw Taz just the other day against just yesterday against Envy win a round very similar to this, coming into this B bomb site in a clutch situation, outnumbered. Now he's been spotted by Flusha though.
And not a lot of fear here, just running into the bomb site and picking up that kill, but grenade here coming in. Taz gonna go down. Touchdown grenade.
It looks like he saw that grenade come out and he was just like, I can't go anywhere, so that's just gonna blow me up.
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, it's not even gonna be a sigh of relief, is it? It's just like keeping Fnatic floating for a second, but VP, they're still just about to crush the Swedish team here. Neo, open hand and controlling that B side of the map for a moment. Taz gonna go down. That's Flusha with the P90 and a good start. Olof with a bit of a chance there, but not gonna quite collect.
And I guess this is the answer that Fnatic is just like, all right, nothing we've been doing is working. Everyone's starting to get aggressive on all sides of the map. You see Flusha pushing up door. Olaf, that huge flank the last round to get so many kills. I mean, they're just trying to get aggressive, trying to catch him off guard.
I did speak briefly to Olof Meister after that game they had against Titan on Inferno. That was actually a tough game for Fnatic, and they took a timeout, a pause, and then came back and won the game. And I asked Olof about it, and he said, well, we came into the match with a particular plan in mind. We just didn't do it. For whatever reason, we just forgot about it. We took the timeout and then sort of recommitted to that plan, and that was what worked. It seems like they just haven't done that yet. They forgot about the timeout, and BP is just collecting round after round. Pronax sneaking up aggressively right behind. He's not going to spot the man on the boost, but he did make some noise. I'm not sure if you've been heard, but it doesn't really matter. JW, 2 good headshots in the middle, and Bayali getting caught as well. Goes down to Pronax. And Neo, 25 seconds here, and this is pretty much unwinnable. Just not enough time to make any kind of magic happen.
No, not at all whatsoever. And the money is actually really bad for Virtus.Pro, so if he could save this op, that'd be huge. But you know Fnatic's going to chase this down. All 5 members still alive, so they're on the hunt. Oh, nice shot onto a jumping flusher, though. That gives him a little bit of space, but now they know exactly where he is.
Yeah, but if he runs this way, I'm not sure they can actually catch him. He's making his way in through the vents as well. So close. Turns around, gets the leg shot off the pistol there. Not going to go down eventually. I mean, that's still incredible. And they actually wouldn't have had money to rebuy that AWP, so saving it in spite of being boxed in.
Right, and they're going to have an AK-47 onto Bialy, so if Neo, I mean, they've been boosting up a little bit here and there. If he can find a pick and middle, give him some space, spread that defense out, find some room from Bialy with the AK-47 to find another kill. I mean, that's their biggest plan here, is they got to have these rifles open things up for him.
3-11, moving into the 15th round, the last of the half. Fnatic, they need this a lot more than VP do right now. Pronax in the corner, hasn't been spotted yet, and gonna spray down one quick flick to get a double. Can he get more? He's got 5 bullets left and trying to reload. Taz, the last man alive, and surely there's no way out of this. He's trapped in the corner. He goes down. Great round from JW, a double kill there. 4-11. They make it work just at the end. How far behind are they right now, Moses?
They are so incredibly far behind. I mean, they've given themselves a little bit of wiggle room if they can catch fire early on. If they can do the same thing that Virtus.Pro did to them, and that's just punish them economically, not let them get comfortable, not let them stabilize. That's the thing. Fnatic, we talked about Virtus.Pro being able to play slow and fast pace, and Virtus.Pro is so aggressive and fast early on. Fnatic never had the Molotovs to really slow that kind of aggression down.
I mean, if this was TSM playing instead of Fnatic, I've seen a bunch of times where they've been in positions where they've lost the CT half 10-5. The other team gets 10 rounds on the terrorist side, and I always feel like there's a chance they can make it back anyway, just because the TSM's terrorist side on cash could be quite powerful. But Fnatic, I'm not sure if they've got it here.
Yeah, and lest we forget, I mean, let's just remember that Fnatic against Virtus.Pro in the semifinals of the major, so many miraculous comebacks by them. I mean, we can't count them out either. You can never count this team out. And if they go right back to it, they still have that pause, obviously. They haven't used it. If they remember to use that at some point, I mean, they could come up with a plan here.
Well, we're going to find out if there is some sort of way back. I mean, they didn't use the timeout yet, Fnatic. If they're going to save it for the second half and somehow bring themselves back in, actually saving the timeout, that would be sort of almost like a master strategy.
Well, the only way that timeout saving into this half is going to benefit them is if they get out to a hot start.
Yeah.
If they lose this pistol round, they lose the second round, and all of a sudden, Virtus.Pro's got 13, 14 more rounds. That pause is going to be like their last life raft.
We're about to find out. 4 armors on VP, 3 on Fnatic. That means they've got 2 smokes to set up for what looks like an A push, and it might even be a slightly faster one. Only Bialy on that side of the map. Moses, you mentioned the strategies we're going into the map, essentially playing a retake on the A bomb site. We'll see. It looks like that's what VP are up to here. Forklift headshot from Bialy onto Pronax, and he's looking for more. They're getting close now. He's got one more shot. He's going to get it on all of it. Oh my God, Bialy, you've got to be kidding. It's a quad kill. He takes down all of Fnatic, and that just might be VP in the grand finals.
That is Bialy's spot. There are no words to describe that. That was so impressive from Bialy. One clip as well.
The first one he got for 3. And the other 3, we're going to see replays of that one sequence for a very long time. A young Polish player, sometimes a bit up and down as a player, but this time it was 100%. Pasha spraying down there. You can feel it now. The Virtus.Pro, it's hit supersonic mode. There is no stopping it. 13-4. What a start to a half.
I am still just blown away by that pistol round from Bialy. And then this is what we talked about now, because they have saved that pause, but there's really no point in using it quite yet. They might as well save it for the next round when they're going to have their guns if they so choose, but...
I mean, at this point, if you pause, all you're really doing is, I don't know...
Giving Virtus.Pro a chance to high-five each other at this point.
Letting more salty tears, run down your cheeks as you just reflect upon the fact how incredible that was from Bialy. When they're that close, when they've got Glocks, you're supposed to just die straight away. Neo waiting for an opening. Is his teammate going to open the door? No, he's not going to wait for it. Sprays down a couple and Taz shows up, and this seems all but over. Virtus.Pro, how did they do it again and again?
It's, I mean, you look at, we talked about it, it's the two young stars, Snax and Viali, that they've brought into this team. 22 kills each. So impressive. Snax has been carrying them the whole way, and Viali, that pistol round might have just carried him over the finish line.
I need to go back and watch the replay. I'm not even really sure how that happened. I can't even like reconstruct the sequence in my mind. It was so quick. And now they're going to go for a run boost. Snax, really. Virtus.Pro, they're going to pull out the magic at the end. They want to humiliate Fnatic. They're so quick behind them here. Taz with the double Neo goes down, but it doesn't matter because Snax is coming through the smoke. He sprays one and not going to get the second. Pasha will, and it's all on Flusha. 1v2. An incredibly sexy jump boost that makes it very tough for Fnatic to even know what's going on here. Flusha sneaking on in, crouching with the AK. He gets a good shot then by Ali.
Yeah.
Still alive.
So fitting, he just comes up with a railgun like that. Just punishes Fnatic, and now it's just all but over. Not even a plant that round, so they can buy up some Galils, maybe some AK-47s with light armor, but there's not going to be a lot of nades behind any option they take. Someone's going to have to get a Tech 9 just to have some smokes to work with.
It's down to Galils all across the board here. These are the major championship winners here, Fnatic. I think everybody assumed that they would make their way to the finals. They get to play VP in the semifinals, and they cruised through the first map on Cobblestone, and it looked like it was business as usual. But on Train, they just hit a wall, and here on Cash, it's been no different. Stunning performance from Snax on both those maps, and right at the end here, Bialy's actually outdone him. Snax gonna get a shot there on JW. It's been a very long time since anybody's been able to treat Fnatic like this. Flusha with a refrag there, dropping Bialy, and still it's a 4v4.
Yeah, the B bomb site's completely open here. So Virtus.Pro, they had mid control, and these three players, Pasha, Neo, and Snax, are really just sticking close by each other. They're just rotating around. Look how pushed up Taz is as well. Look at the information gathering. Pronex gets caught completely off guard, but can Taz get away? Not expecting that much aggression from Crims, not expecting to be that close, but still, man advantage for Virtus.Pro. They have the intel, they know it's coming into an A hit.
A slaughter it's been so far. Snax is in the bomb site, he's got the health. Neo missing a shot, but getting the information that someone was going to be there. 30 seconds left, they're trying to make their way in, and Snax going to get the kill. One left, and it's Crims, 24-second, and he goes down. A historic victory for Virtus.Pro, 16-4 here at the ESL ESEA in Dubai. Incredible performance. I don't know what to say, Moses. This was way more than anybody expected.
You asked me at the beginning if this was going to be some kind of revenge for Virtus.Pro, and that's a statement right there. A team who probably feel like those finals and the semifinals in Cologne should have gone their way. So many advantages on those maps, and Fnatic's able to bring it back, but this time Snax and Bialy combined to just stop it. Don't let anything happen.
And I think you see even a measure of respect here for Fnatic, just simply saying that was something. You can tell that they were
yes,
they were definitely acknowledging that kind of defeat there. So yeah, can't blame them for being this happy here, VP. What a victory! That is rare. That's something we don't get to see very often.
No, that is a smackdown on the best team in the world, and so incredibly impressive out of Virtus.Pro.
I think we are going to be ready just about any second. Yeah, on stage, it's Sean Charles with none other than the Tasmanian Devil himself. So Sean, take it away.
Thank you so much, Anders. Wow. Taz, how are you feeling right now?
I feel that we just finished the job that we started at ESL Cologne, and I just feel good that the guys delivered.
Now, I mean, not to put you on the spot, but Anders mentioned words like, it's been a long time since somebody handled Fnatic like this. What do you think when I tell you that? I mean,
I'm proud of the guys. I'm happy that we won, but it's first time since I don't know how long that Fnatic lost in that important tournament. They beat us 3 times in a row. They never said bad words against us, so I have no right to say that, whoa, 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 we won. So thank you for the game, guys, and it was always a pleasure to play with you.
Ever gracious as we know you, and this crowd has supported you and them throughout. What's it like playing in front of this crowd? What's it like being here in Dubai?
I told you yesterday, it's amazing. Like, I love people in Dubai. They're always smiling and cheering, and even though like there's not many of them here, but they are crazy. Each one of them is crazy. I can see it in their eyes. Yeah.
They are an incredible, incredible audience. TSM waits for you. Are you thinking about that now? Talk us through the next, your evening. What do you guys do now?
I think we just do as always. We will look how they played against us, what we can fix, and yeah, I mean, it's a final. We always are excited to play in the final, and we tend to perform there, so I just hope that we will deliver at least, or as today.
Well, I can tell you right now that we're so happy to have you, and of course, join the team. Well done to all of them. Please, guys, one more time, a round of applause for Fnatic, and of course, Virtus.Pro. I'm sure there's lots for the guys to discuss, so of course I'll pass it over to Machine and you can dissect what was absolutely awesome here in the semifinals. Over to you.
Revenge is sweet, most definitely is going to be the motto for that semi-final as Virtus.Pro managed to redeem themselves as they're kind of going to be getting flashbacks no longer of that Cologne semi-final where they were so close yet so far, and this time they do it in true style. That Clash win is going to be remembered most definitely in the backs of their minds for a long time to come as Virtus.Pro convincingly secure their place in the grand final. That must be really a big step in the right direction for Virtus.Pro.
Oh, absolutely. Managing to topple Fnatic anytime, and especially in a situation like this, massive, no doubt. And weirdly enough, for the longest time, it felt like Fnatic were just, that inch from getting back, but then you saw player after player on VP. When we kind of talked about it, there's a hero popping up from every angle for VP at any given time, and that's really what happened. You had Snacks clutching so many rounds, and then you had the pistol round from Bial. Everyone was just doing crazy things.
And cast your mind back, obviously they played Cash earlier on here, yesterday, 2 days ago, whenever it was, against Envy. And it was exactly the same thing. They got down to these 1v3 situations, yet they came out on top. It was crazy. Like we saw Neo having these big clutches, Bialy, good God, how many times did that guy come up? Absolutely trumps in that match. But this has been the story of VP. They've actually had guys that have shined for them. They've had people that will step up as superstars.
It did feel like every time I foolishly looked away from the screen for a second, Anders would scream one Virtus.Pro member's name, just one of them, random. Bialy, Snacks, Taz, someone was making me have to turn back to that screen. So yeah, really solid individual performances from VP. Anything else we can take away from that one, Vendetta? Remembering what we've got coming up tomorrow?
Well, obviously VP showing a strong side of themselves. And we talked about, when we did the TSM game, we were really surprised at the fact they vetoed Train.
Yeah.
And we saw a really impressive display from VP on Train. Maybe that's going to have to be another veto for TSM.
TSM unbeaten on Train so far,
yeah,
100%
exactly.
record on that map, so tricky one for them there.
It's going to be interesting because we didn't expect that to be vetoed in the semis.
Yeah,
so,
totally. I mean, the map veto honestly was very good for Virtus.Pro in this one. The fact that they got Train, they got onto Cash there. It's clearly maps that they've worked hard on for a long time. But I was talking to Carrigan earlier on today, just as he was watching. He'd finished his semi-finals. Like, who do you want to face? Who do you want to face? So, well, obviously Fnatic, because we want to get that best of 5. We want revenge on them, and also because we have a really iffy record against Virtus.Pro. It says every time we face them offline, we actually don't do that well against them. So I haven't looked back, I haven't looked through the statistics, but if TSM are feeling a little iffy against Virtus.Pro, and now they've just watched Fnatic get swept aside for them, they're going to be a little worried tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that kind of sets the scene quite nicely for what we've got coming up tomorrow. Of course, that's going to be our grand final kicking off and taking place right here in Dubai with, I would hope, a fully packed out crowd. It's going to be at the lovely time, about 6:45 local time. So do be sure to double check what that will be where you are, because I know you're all around the world at this point. Closing thoughts, though, from you guys. Let's just kind of wrap up this day because it's been a spectacular day. We've already waved goodbye to a whole lot more teams as we come down to our grand final. Vendetta, your closing thoughts for day 2.
Super fun to see Nip put up a good fight versus TSM, and excited to see TSM doing well and getting to the finals. VP, biggest surprise for me. Even though I expected a 3-mapper, I kind of always, in the back of my head thought Fnatic were going to do this. So super excited and super happy for them as well, because they're so fun to watch when they got that confidence in them. And you can tell that Taz is just a very positively infectious person to be around whenever he's winning.
I loved the way he was like super cool, because everybody else was like, yeah, and he was just like, It's all right. We won. We won. Just very respectful. But overall, absolute fantastic game. Day of Counter-Strike. You know, we had Envy suddenly going down to NIP. It was like, whoa, what just happened? First best of 3.
Yeah.
Tyne almost taking a map off Fnatic, so clearly stepping it up there. And then, of course, the NIP TSM. Whoa, NIP almost getting there, TSM. And, of course, Virtus.Pro at the end. Wow, that's just fantastic to take down Fnatic. Everybody was almost like, well, that's it then. It's a TSM Fnatic final. We're done deal. Best of 5. Here we go. This is what we wanted in Dubai. But now, no, it's not always written on the cards. And Virtus.Pro with a big upset.
Yeah, for sure. There's a whole lot to catch up on, and you could do that via a plethora of different platforms. The theScore eSports application is one of them. Do head over to that one, and you can get a catch-up around above what you missed, as well as, of course, the preview for what to expect in that grand final kicking off tomorrow, as I did said. Of course, over to YouTube as well. The VODs will be uploaded ASAP. I'm pretty sure a majority of them are already there, so youtube.com/ESL for that one. I think it's time for us to say goodbye, though, guys. One final thank you to everyone that made this possible. Dubai Tourism, Do, ENG, and Sennheiser. I got them all down, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. 6:45, set your alarm clocks if you're still in bed. I don't know why you would be, and we'll see you tomorrow for our grand final.